Welcome everybody to the Voice Chat Podcast, episode 34. My name is Maaz from TheAMaazing.
I'm Laddi.
I'm Rushlight Invader.
I'm Nate from NateisLame.
And I'm Tanimayto.
Woo! Hey, Chris.
Hi.
Hey.
Long time no
Hey.
talk.
Oh, y'all musical pieces are so lovely. All right. Before we can get into being mushy with all our these new faces, I just want to thank all the patrons who are supporting this podcast, especially Deke, Storyteller 25, Gabriel, Iron Bat, and Andron Studios. Major made a shout out to the patrons, and I want to let everybody else know that this podcast is up a week earlier for the patrons, so you guys are getting a little outdated version. Sorry, fam. And if you wanna get this episode ASAP, make sure to support us on Patreon or channel members.
Yeah.
And I also want to give a major shout out and thank you to the fan art. Look at this little fan art over here.
God, it's beautiful.
I'd
Very
smash.
cute.
I love it.
Yeah. And you can send whatever fan art that you've made to Twitter or email. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. For the first time in voice chat history, we may have a sponsor, and I want to thank Audible for choosing to let us in on their affiliate programming. Okay.
Oh, Maz. Oh, thank God. I actually like them.
I love them.
Yeah, Audible's really, really good. If you go to audibletrial.com/voicechatpodcast, if you go and sign up using that link, you'll get a free book, as well as supporting us on the Voice Chat Podcast. So
Oh, hell
please
yeah.
go and sign up if that's what you
that
want to
free
do.
book.
So
Get that free book.
thank you.
Am I allowed to
Audible.
recommend a free book?
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, I recommend A Life in Parts by Bryan Cranston. That dude is
Bryan
like,
Cranston?
oh my God, I
Really?
love Bryan
Ooh.
Cranston.
What kind of like genre of a book is it?
It's an autobiography by him, and he reads it.
Ooh.
And
Ooh.
well, here's the thing though, is Bryan Cranston just has this wonderful dad vibe about him, like kind of like Tom Hanks, I guess, but with more meth. And I really loved his audiobook of his memoir, and it's like having your dad read you a bedtime story, but he talks about meth and Malcolm in the Middle.
Hell yeah.
Oh.
Two favorite things in life.
My two
There
favorite
you go.
M's.
My favorite M's. What about me? Okay, I'm right here.
Nah.
Well, you're like in a tight third, but you know.
Yeah, actually,
Dang.
they cut out the chapter where Bryan Cranston talks about Maz.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you know.
They go way back, man.
For the next April Fool's, it's just me adding an audiobook about Bryan Cranston, just make an entire story.
Yeah, just
That's actually really funny. But no, thank you so much for supporting us. Audible, you're fantastic. Mwah.
thank you,
Love
Audible.
you, Audible. Mwah.
Can you sponsor me next, Audible?
So
Thank you
hey
so
guys,
much.
we're gonna discussing some epic topics today. Today we're gonna talk about how much we hate ukuleles. I they thinky and lame. And what do you guys think? How would you smash a ukulele? Like with an
You
elephant?
know what? The best way is to grab it by the neck and then just like smash on the nearest table that you
Mhm.
find or something like that. And if
Mhm.
you get just right, the springs come back and get you on the arm. That's how you
sound
know
very
you did it right.
experienced in this topic.
Oh my God, I
smasher?
do it like every other Tuesday at my house. We have a big ukulele smashing party.
What kind
I
of
hate
smashing?
those things.
There's like an
Well,
orgy
here's
of
the thing.
smashing going on. What kind of
Oh my God,
parties?
we have all the neighbors come over, all the neighbors' kids, all the neighbors' grandparents.
Oh, the
they
kids
come
get
by and we all
involved.
just
Oh, no.
smash stuff.
It's
Well,
the
they're all over
first
18 though.
2
That's the
minutes
thing.
of the podcast, man. Oh my
This is
God.
gonna be a bad one.
I don't
It's
know,
7 a.m.
guys.
for me, man. This is.
I want to leave this one on the Patreon.
No, yeah, just leaves right now. Okay, guys, later. Thanks for having me on.
Smash ukuleles.
Yeah, ukulele.
I think they're pretty neat.
What?
Yeah.
Get out of here!
You came to the wrong house, motherfucker.
I knew Rush was gonna make that into a bit when
Yeah.
when we were getting ready to do this podcast earlier. He was just like, "Oh, wait, I'm the only one who doesn't know how to do ukulele." I was like, "Oh, he's gonna make a bit about this, isn't he?" And
I
then sure enough, we're here.
I have a ukulele. It's just bigger and like longer, and
It's a guitar.
It's a
It's
guitar.
a guitar.
Fantastic
I have 4 guitars. I have 2 acoustic, 1 electric, and 1 air guitar. All right.
Sounds
Rush, I
really
would have loved if you
close
went more abstract with that. Like, I've got a ukulele, except it's metal and has lots and lots of keyboards. It's a keyboard. It's a keyboard.
It's a harp.
it's it's a harp.
It's the keys and it's metal. It's a harp.
I'm just
Matt-
imagining you playing the harp, and I'm like,
That's-
not.
Dude, it's small
That's the
apartment can
instrument
barely
that
fit it.
I'd least associate with Rush. A harp,
Yeah, me
really?
too.
I'm
Well,
very
no, 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 no,
angelic.
no. I
How
think
dare
you.
that
So
I think
graceful
that-
with it.
I think that Rush would totally be able to rock the harp. I mean, he's got like
Dude.
those nice long arms. Can you
Oh,
just
yeah.
imagine like the nice veins going as he's like flicking his fingers through all the
Oh, yeah,
strings?
man.
Yeah, as
my
like
God.
and
And
as
then
he's
you
playing
go,
it, the heavenly light like reflects off his bald head. Yeah, no, I get it. Yeah.
I need to turn the AC in this place.
Do you think there's a metal band that has a harp as like a character, like the guy like banging his head with playing the harp? Do you think there's a thing like that? I hope.
No,
I'm sure there's some Japanese
Nate.
rock somewhere doing that.
Nate, you gotta
Yeah,
incorporate
yeah.
a harp in your routine.
I
Your
literally
routine.
might. For my
routine.
next
I was gonna
EP.
say routine. Do you think
Yeah.
he does like a stand-up show? What do you
Yeah,
say?
It'd probably be a lot easier.
Bo Burnham, except now with a harp. That's it.
Second coming.
Well, listen, don't talk to Nate about his routine or band. You know, Raccoon like that. They don't honestly
Yeah.
with how little I've seen proof of. I don't think they even exist. To be quite honest.
The Trash Pandas?
Yeah, Trash Pandas. That's
What?
Well,
no, it's
the-
Raccoon Tour.
Yeah.
well, here's
Trash Panda
what's
Travels,
going
I
on.
think it's called.
Here's what's going on is that band
Mhm.
shit. That band is
Oh.
it's killing me.
Yeah.
Because
What? The,
yeah,
I mean,
the thing
you
I-
is
okay?
on both physically and emotionally, that band is killing me.
hell
I
yeah.
got a ukulele when I was 15 for Christmas, and I just played the crap out of it. And I wrote a bunch of dumb songs. I wrote one dumb song called "So Far and Running" that went viral or something like that.
Mhm.
And I was like, damn, I should make an album. Like when I was 14, freshman year.
Yeah.
And now that I'm a grown up, I'm like, I should make that album. And I'm like, oh, damn, I've had this album in the making for 5 years. Let me just record it. Okay, I'm not happy with how it is. Now I've recorded an hour's worth of music. Let me re-record it. Now let me re-record it. Oh, man, now we have people throwing money at this thing. Let me make them happy. Oh, crap. Now we have new musicians on board. Let me take advantage of them. And then basically this whole damn thing's been remade like 5 times. So that's the end of the meme. That's people
All right, hear
making
me out.
memes.
You keep those old recordings and like use it as a special like first recording stuff.
Well, you only do that when you're a millionaire or
you've
something like
made
that.
it.
Otherwise, your head is
Yeah.
up your ass, you know? No one wants
Yeah,
to hear your
yeah.
crappy like demos.
But keep it around though.
I think isn't this the same trap that happens with YouTube as well, though, Nate? Where everybody keeps reinventing the first album to the point where they have nothing to kind of show for that, you know? Would it not be better to upload it? Yes, it might not be fantastic, but at least you can move on to another project to then further improve. Or
Have you ever heard of a band called Car Seat Headrest by any chance?
no.
Car Seat Headrest is just this one dude, and he made this amazing album in his bedroom when he was like a teenager. And it wasn't exactly how I imagined it, but it got like a huge viral following on Bandcamp. And years later, after he's like this famous musician, he remade that album, and now it's like a masterpiece called Twin Fantasy. It's brilliant, but that's kind of the same gist that you're saying. It's just I am a perfectionist, so I can't just give in to the void of imperfection. And now there's like money and contracts involved. So yikes.
Wait, that reminds me. You know a little band called Leakin Park?
Linkin Park? Didn't
They
they do like that
Never
song
heard
Dressed
of
Out?
They redid the first album called Reanimated as well.
Oh
I
shit.
thought you said Leakin Park, and I was like, "What is are you
Leaking
like
Park,
going-
yeah, they leak water, yeah.
yeah."
They pee a little every time they play.
I don't know. I thought
Laddie.
the last time was a little watered down.
Nate. Oh.
You're hired.
I'm like
Oh,
chastising
no.
Russian Laddie, and Nate's like joining in. I'm like, oh no,
My man.
no.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me on the podcast. I'll see ya.
I can hear Chris going like, okay, what can I make now? What can like
No, I mean, like, I'm kind of like, I'm thinking about that idea of the first page of a sketchbook, or
Mhm.
like, especially if you've practiced something for so long and people expect something of you, the first thing that you put out into the world that like is your statement piece that can really like kill you to
Mess up.
just mess
No,
it up.
I get what you're saying because I think we had a similar discussion about this earlier, Chris, where um I guess I'm a little fanboy here a little bit, but you made a song called Refrigerator and posted
Oh
on
my God.
YouTube, and I've literally been like Laddi and I have been addicted to that song, and we play it a lot, and I've learned how to play it ish. I can't get the strumming down because I'm a ukulele noob, but whatever. Um, and so I think I was just like, hey, Chris, do you mind adding it to Spotify? Because I like genuinely want to listen to it on Spotify with my playlist.
Mhm, mhm.
And you're just like, oh, I don't know, it's not like worthy. I remember you saying that. I was like, I don't know what that even means. I don't know what that
I
means.
messaged
Worthy?
Chris too. I messaged him too. I was like, I want this on Spotify, Chris. And he was like, okay. And then he did it.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
can do it
fuck you, Maaz.
eventually. Yeah, but like it does feel like Spotify or like larger platforms like that are for people who get on the radio or something. Like that's kind of
What?
the image I built up in my
We're on
head.
Spotify.
And what I didn't know is the difference between somebody on Spotify and somebody who's on SoundCloud is you just pay somebody to put it on Spotify. So
Yeah.
thank you, DistroKid, I guess.
Yeah,
Love
Oh, dude,
DistroKid.
DistroKid is so good. So
Yeah.
good, dude. Can't recommend it enough. All my friends who do music have recommended DistroKid, and it's like really easy.
Yeah.
I think that's what Adam used as well.
I don't regret putting it out there. I think that's the lesson I learned is that and like I'm facing some consequences in that like I don't think that I'm going to make music under the name The Playgrounders anymore, and I have to figure out how to like rebrand the songs or like how to package all that. But
Round play.
or like hot play or
Play on
something.
the ground.
Cold play. Yeah.
But like the fact of the matter is somebody wants to hear it and I need to give them a way to hear it. It doesn't really everything else is secondary, I think. So
Yeah.
I'm
And
pretty
how's
happy
it
about
been
that.
on since you posted on Spotify? Has that been okay?
Oh, I haven't checked. I'm sure people
Oh
have
my God.
it.
Wait, you haven't checked on your DistroKid?
No, I haven't.
Oh my God, that is oh my God, you're in for a real surprise here pretty soon. Basically, what DistroKid does is it accumulates all of your revenue, and then you forget about it, and then you check up on it like a month or two later, like, oh damn, I have $400. That's cool.
Oh, that's like,
Ooh.
that's like honestly so I'm into that. And I like Chris, you saying it like use exactly the words you use. It's like that kind of resonated a little bit because I've been on a Australian program called the Accelerator course by Creator Generation. It's like a YouTube analytics slash a YouTube Studio advanced course where they kind of really delve into the stats and everything. And I was there was a presentation given by Vsauce, Matt Tabor from Vsauce 2, who made the Creator Unknown podcast. Shout out, I love it. They were saying that we underestimate as creators the amount of support fans actually have, and the fact that some people don't make Patreon and some people don't do channel memberships because they're like, oh, I don't think people will want to support me. But people actually actively want to do that. People want to support you. If you give them an avenue to do so, they'll take it, right? And it's like that's the same thing I think with music is where I wanted to hear on Spotify. And I was frustrated that I couldn't find it. I was like, I want it. You know what I mean? Like, it's not out of anything like friendship. It's just a genuinely good song that I really enjoyed, and I was like, "Can I have it on my playlist, please? Thank you very much. Thank you."
Yeah.
That means so much, guys. Um,
Well,
So good.
I've noticed I'm being too nice. I need to now rag on you for the
Yeah,
next
we
segment.
hate you, man. Get out of
oh
here.
shit.
Yeah. Japan's canceled. There you
Ah.
go.
Oh man.
Corona.
Wait. I have a story. I have a story now.
What?
It's about Corona.
Oh, is this
Oh.
the story that you've been hyping us
No,
up
it's not
on
that
for a
hype. It's not
month?
that hype. All right. So the other day, I went to my uncle's for whatever. What was this? Memorial Day.
Yeah, this is that story.
All right. So I went, and my uncle was like, "Yo, I love going to restaurants, and so I've been going. I'm like, what are you crazy? Coronavirus? It's like, who do you know that has corona? I'm like, are you crazy? And I was like, all right,
Me.
all right. And I was like, all right, whatever. He's weird. Me and my cousin, like all the family members, my other cousins, all like bullied him. It's like, hey, don't do it. And then my aunt texted me today. Hey, calls me actually, and was like, hey, we're planning to go to Florida in like 10 days from now. Come with us. I'm like,
No.
what?
No.
And they're like, please, you'll never. And then she tried to guilt me. It's like, your cousins will never see you for another like 5 years or so, probably, if you don't come. And I'm like, because they live in Georgia and we're gonna meet up with them or whatever.
Oh, the pressure.
And I'm just like, why are you bullying me? No.
Wait,
like,
did Maaz very subtly reveal that he has COVID?
he's dying right now.
He's dying, you know. I might. I haven't been tested because all the testing is kind of overwhelmed a little bit. So they're just like, hey, if you have the symptoms, just stay home. And I kind of do have a little bit of a fever and a very dry cough, which is like two of the big giveaways of COVID. So it's just like, oh no,
You're doomed.
yeah. It is mild. Like I'm not dying. I think the reason I got it was because I was in crunch time with this video. The video is done now, but because I've now got a team with my videos, if I disappoint my fans, that's nothing to me because, you know, I care about my fans a lot, but because I don't work as a YouTuber full time, I very rarely see myself as a YouTuber. I don't think I have fans because I don't ever think of myself like that. You know, 3% of my audience is in Australia and I live in Australia, so I'm just like, yeah, you know, I just chill, vibe. If I disappoint myself, that's like every day, you know what I mean? But now that I've got a team
Relatable.
that depends on me for a paycheck, I was like, oh, I can't not work on a video. And so I like got it done, and like I've been not sleeping properly. And I think because of that, my immune system was weak, and then yeah, you know,
Maaz,
COVID
it's
be
not like
like,
you need a vacation. You should come to Florida with me. Let's go, man.
no.
Hey, have you thought of who would replace you in the voice chat podcast? Just you know,
Chris really, damn, Chris really be gold digging.
Wow.
Damn, Chris, guys, that's it. I just wanna admit that. I just want to say that Chris is the new host. That's the new.
Woo!
The thumbnail is just gonna be.
Yeah,
that's it.
I claim
The
this.
thumbnail is just gonna be Chris looking like me, and that's they just like putting on.
We're basically
No,
the same person.
The thing is, but I'm not even the first animator to get COVID. Like I know, like Rebecca Parham got.
Oh
COVID.
yeah.
Yeah.
Rest in peace.
Yeah, she got a. Shut up, dude. She's
fine.
She's better. She's better. I just want to say, podcast. She's better, thankfully, and she got a mild case as well. But even a mild case, it kind of sucks, dude. It kind of sucks, but.
Yeah.
I can't believe she made a video during her, you know, recovery. Like, come on, rest a little bit.
There's no ain't rest for the wicked, man. We got to keep going.
Yeah,
Like, I can barely finish videos when I'm well.
Oh, yeah. I'm gonna go back into my inactive corner. I bet. Just kidding. I've been doing stuff, guys.
Really?
Yes, I'm doing a music video for a certain indie band that I'm really excited about.
Ooh la la.
Who is it?
Oh my god, is it who I think it is? Is it who I think
Leakin
it is?
Park? Is it Leakin Park, my favorite indie band?
It's
Wait.
Leakin
Who?
Park.
Can you say who it is, Chris, or is that?
Yeah. Can we do a bleep for comedic effect?
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's for.
Yeah.
I love that
I don't know who
band.
that
Damn.
is. Can you explain?
Damn.
Can you send me a link and know, Mike, who they are?
I'm sorry, audience, but that's pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie.
But do keep the
That's-
reaction.
Yeah, that's really cool. Okay,
They're
so
brilliant.
keep that. Everyone who's like into indie music scene, definitely check out when Chris drops the video. Dang, that's so fire.
You are a legend.
I'm
Damn,
so
you got
excited.
you got me mad hype now. But it's not even just a music video, right? Isn't it? Aren't you also? Wait, I don't know if I can reveal who you're working for currently.
Oh, you can.
Batman.
Yeah. This it's funny because there are parts of my work life that are secret, and then there are other parts that I need to start talking about and promoting, I think.
Yeah, you wanna promote it right now?
Yeah, I guess.
Okay.
I'm working with a small studio to develop an animated show.
Yo.
You wanna give more information than that, or like that's so
Can you say which small studio or not?
no, I'm gonna say a small studio.
big? Yeah, I understand why you're doing that, Chris. I get it.
Um,
Chris really stepped up on mic and said, "I am working on a video," and everyone's clapped. Everyone's like,
yeah.
except for that one villain who can't clap. They ain't clapping.
It's a sci-fi story. It's about soccer in space. I think that's as much as I'm gonna say for now.
New Rick and Morty.
Yeah, yeah, I love that Rick and Morty. He's so silly.
That Rick and Morty character.
Rick.
I don't know, Rick, if you should be revealing this sensitive information. Like this is some like NDA stuff. We don't want to mess with these lawyers or anything, man.
Man, Morty sounds so sexy.
Chris.
Oh.
I mean, I have a massive crush on Chris, so like it's fine.
You're cheating on me?
Well, listen,
Not
like,
rude, bro.
did you know if you think about it, triangles are like the most stable shape out there. So I don't see why we can't make this work.
Arches are pretty stable.
Yeah,
Dang,
guys,
Nate, that was so smooth. That was so smooth.
You're admitting. You're admitting on cheating on me, huh?
It doesn't have to be cheating if you're cool with it.
Yeah, don't
Otherwise, it
fight
is
over
cheating.
me, boys.
It doesn't have to be, but if you're not cool with it, yeah, it is cheating. Just like admitting it, that's so.
If anything, you're the one who insinuated it, so
Uh,
I don't make the rules.
I love that. I've been on a
Yep.
recent kick to be like very emotionally open, just like what Nate did. I'm not sure if you guys know Twitch streamers, but there's a psychiatrist that streams often. His name is Dr.
Yeah.
K.
He did with the Caterina recently.
Yeah, that
Ooh.
was so good because Carson donated $10,000
Yeah.
Wow.
to that stream and said, "Thank you for
Dang.
helping her," which is crazy.
Yeah.
No, but he had an amazing moment on stream because he was streaming with his wife, and somebody asked a question like, "Hey, I'm dating somebody, and I think I'm the weak link in the relationship, but she thinks I'm okay. What do I do?" And he's answering it, and the wife also wants to answer it, and she's like, "Just listen to her. You're doing fine." And the psychiatrist is trying to answer, and then the wife's like, "Yeah, go ahead." And then the psychiatrist, obviously being a psychiatrist, he's like trying to answer, and then he pauses a little bit, and then he turns to his wife on stream and says, "Hey, I'm not a big fan of how I think I'm not a big fan of how I feel like I'm being disrespected on live stream. What do you think about that?" And she's just
Whoa.
like, why is that? It's like, yeah, so I think it's because I feel like you saying go ahead is it's almost like you're giving me permission to speak, and I don't know if I like that way of speaking to me. And she's like, yeah, I understand that. Is there anything I could have done to kind of? It's like a very, very mature conversation, and the conflict and the Twitch stream is so funny because they just go like divorce stream, but then at the end, and when he kind of reasons out exactly what he's thinking, and she's just like, yeah, I understand, I got it. And he's like, yeah, okay, I'm glad that we sold that. She's like, yeah, no problems at all. And then they move on, and everyone's just like, alpha, alpha, alpha. What the heck? This is so
Do they
adult.
kiss?
Like,
Do they go? Mwah?
no, they like cheers each other and drink afterwards, in like 2 minutes after the stream. And he was saying like, I was thinking about whether or not to do it on stream, but that is exactly how we would settle it in real life. So I didn't think I should have stopped, doing that just because I'm on stream. And I was like, man, if I could be that emotionally stable, I would. I would love that.
One day, guys.
Dang.
Just like so abruptly, like he said it's better to always let it out ASAP instead of kind of letting it fester inside you, and then you get more bitter and they don't even know about it. Like
Yeah.
yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, and so
Well-
I've been on a recent kick to be honest immediately.
But what if
If
you
I
want
didn't
to
like
teach him a lesson, Maaz, for revenge?
it.
You
They stole your
what if
last-
you want to drag it out,
How
Mom?
Yeah.
way to deal with your problems.
But
Yeah.
the revenge is the big thing. Is so what he was saying is that a lot of people are under the impression or have been kind of instilled to think that any kind of I guess assertion or like when people talk to you directly is bad, and it's just like, oh, they're being accusatory or they think that I'm at fault. But with friendship and relationship, no one is at fault. They just want to resolve the conflict and go back to being friends and partners. You know what I mean?
I'll
And so
never
if you
get
change your
it back, man. I don't know what you're on
no,
about.
but if you change your mindset to be like, yeah, they're not bad people. They just want to move on, and I want to move on. Then you can almost always move on from anything, really.
Oh, Mom, I'm gonna cry.
Yeah.
No,
so
it was like
beautiful.
super crazy good. I was like, what the heck? I want to do that. That's so
That's
much
really
fun.
sweet. I
Yeah.
have a lot of friends in my life who are that emotionally open, and I really try to emulate that kind of honesty and
Mhm.
forwardness with people. And it really, it's a really good tool on your end because you're able to resolve this stuff really quickly and have less baggage on your shoulders. But also, it's really good at weeding out friends who you might be better off without if people aren't able
Yeah.
to take these honest criticisms, assuming that you're being humanitarian and not a dick about it. If folks aren't able to stomach that, they might not be mature enough to offer a two-sided beneficial relationship for you. So that's something I've learned as well.
Yeah. I think
Uh,
I really do agree with that. I like I hang out with a lot of friends on Discord who are all, I wouldn't say like emotionally like, fantastic. But they're very much willing to accept that sometimes they're wrong, and I think that's awesome, That's like such a nice change of pace for me, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
Nate,
I'm sorry, I cut you off, Chris. What were you saying?
Nate, can we talk about your kind of like existential videos and how you touch on some really like
Bro.
scary subjects?
I love like the Nate. You always post this meme because I love it. It's just like people finding Nate via the Odd Ones Out. Nate talking about existentialism and suicide and death, and it's like Jesus.
You know what is when I was a kid, I was horribly, awfully dysfunctionally depressed because I was raised in a very religious household, and then I was like, I don't know if I'm 100% on board with this. And I'm very vocal about this. I'm very honest about this. And something that I felt was a lot of isolation when I was in that position. I didn't know who to turn to. And so what I was left with was all these edgy atheist YouTubers who were like, yeah, religion's stupid, hail Satan, all these,
Oh
blah, blah, blah.
man!
my grand atheist brain. Ugh, everyone
How do you
else is
find my channel, Nate? Come on, man.
and I started to take away some of those mannerisms. And so I was kind of a dick when I was 15 because I was, imprinting on a lot of those problematic characteristics. And I lost a lot of friends, and I kind of damaged my image with a lot of my family because I was just kind of a dick. And so now that I'm older and I've learned more about that, that's still something I think about a lot is existentialism and being sad. It's kind of my brand at this point. Oh my god, it occupies so much of my thought, but I'm
Mhm.
not scared of it anymore. I'm not spooked by it. And
Mhm.
so with YouTube, I view that as a very artistic endeavor for myself. I have a lot of fun with my channel. Um, I talk about existentialism a lot, and it's my
Mhm.
goal to I don't know. I just imagine if I was watching that video, what would I take away from it? I want kids to have a YouTuber who is able to talk about these dense subjects, but not come away from it being a dick, you know?
Yeah.
So that's what I try to do. And
Is your comment section? I've been wondering this. I've been afraid to check. Is your comment section edgy or are they pretty thoughtful?
you know what? There's three kinds of comments I get. The first kind of comment I get are kids that are like, "Yeah, nothing exists. Lol. I'm gonna die anyway. Here's a Rick and Morty meme, And I'm like, "Yeah, okay, that's fine. You're gonna rationalize this in a couple weeks and freak yourself out." There's the second kind of these kids who get really touched by the things I make. Those are my favorite comments, where kids like really pour their hearts out to me. And I do make silly, funny videos, but if kids take things away from that are deeper, that is so rewarding, especially when kids tell me their stories and they're similar to mine and they come out better than how I did. That is so empowering and impactful to me. And the third kind are kids who try to debate me. But the thing is, I've heard every argument that these kids throw at me like 8 times anyway.
Mhm.
So I generally, if they're saying something problematic, I do chime in and speak out. But my comments
Mhm.
aren't nearly as bad as I thought they would be when I first started making stuff like this.
I've always felt that your videos are like another form of kind of branching out in the animation slash storytelling genre that we currently have on YouTube.
Really?
I was talking about this yesterday, actually. This is deja vu, but um, I feel like animation on YouTube, it's easy for people to say that, oh, it's animation, you can do anything in the world, and people haven't had full potential yet. But YouTube as a platform doesn't really allow for all animation to flourish, unfortunately.
Oh yeah.
And
Mhm.
I think like very quick turnaround, short form animatic style that's just what YouTube demands. But even within that kind of restriction, though, you can still make it interesting, like Dan Plan did with game shows and Andre did with drama. I always looked at you as like kind of delving into more philosophy, kind of,
That's wonderful.
I always thought that was a very unique take, and I was hoping that it would catch on and others would do it, but I guess, people
That's okay.
people aren't really trying animation nowadays, though. Let's be quite honest. It's kind of not as popular as it once was.
Back in the
Yeah.
days of 2018.
Yeah.
We're a bunch of old fogies now.
No, because 2-3 years ago, it's like because the big animators were like, and I remember this distinctly when I started. The big animator was Jaden James, Lightsen and Blacksen, Domix. Like not that many, and not to be rude to all the people I just listed, but the quality 3-4 years ago was also not that great.
Yeah, it's
Like
scrappy.
it
Yeah.
it was still accessible to an audience who didn't know any better, and that's why I jumped into it. But now, if you look at the animators who are established now, same people, Jaden James, Rebecca, Adam, the quality is so high, and it's not accessible anymore. And,
And there's
most of them
teams
have
now,
got teams.
yeah.
Yeah, they've got teams. That's the new game.
And now people compare them to other animators like
Yeah, it's just like, I'll never draw like Jaden. I'm like, dude, Jaden has like 13 people working. Like, what are
Yeah.
you doing?
Go back like 4 years, see where all
Yeah.
these animators started,
Yeah.
It's,
Yeah.
it's not fair.
Yeah. It's like it's like, okay, the kind of the kind of friendly side of me is like, oh, that sucks. I wish there was more people jumping onto it because it's a great medium, and I want more people. And the business sided kind of, cynical side of me is just like, great, less competition, like I don't
Oh,
need
yeah.
to.
Well, is it competition though? I mean, YouTube's like a pretty big pie, but if you look at it as,
Yeah. Well, I think animation as our genre is safe from the YouTube, because YouTube is competitive. We can't deny that it is. It's
Yeah.
Mhm.
people fighting for everyone's eyes. Animation is not.
Sorry. Just fighting for people's eyes is
Don't
Yeah.
gouge them
a
out.
weird, violent. Ah.
Give me
lot
your
of
eyes.
arrogance.
That's
Oh
how
my
I
God.
lost mine back in the
Your eyes are
war of
gone.
the. Was that the Bite of '87?
Wait.
So
Yeah.
so
Everyone's fighting
stupid.
for each other's
Yeah,
eyes and
but-
attention.
Yeah. And I think with animation, because of the fact that everybody needs at least a month or so to upload a video, there's not really a competition. It's like, hey, it's more a community because we depend on each other to keep the audience satiated, you know, like not hungry for new animation.
Yeah.
It got to a point where I was
Yeah.
worried they would get super competitive because instead of there being like 5 or 6 animators, there's now hundreds. Beach Day is like multiple hundreds of people that go to that day now, right?
Mhm.
So
yeah.
I did get to a point where I was just like, oh, now it is a little competitive to fight for attention.
Mhm.
But even now, it's still very friendly, very much like, hey, collaborations left and right, people hanging out left and right, you know? Good stuff.
Yeah. And now Beach Days, nobody went to Beach Day this year.
It's canceled. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's pretty good.
Dang, dude, I was drinking water. I almost spit it out. It was so funny.
Unless you guys want to go to Florida with me, come on, let's go.
Rush, no, we're not going to Florida, man.
Let's go, man.
Florida.
Okay, so imagine like if you
No,
went
no,
back in
no,
time.
no.
Oh, sorry. Imagine if you went back in time like a year, and then you showed shit. Basically, you went back in time a year, and then you had like a phone, and you're like, "Hey, buddy, look what the world's gonna look like in a year," and just not give any context, and like, there's no VidCon, there's no anything, and you're like, "Oh God, the apocalypse is happening." I think it'd be really fun to like fuck with myself like that.
That'd
Yeah.
be really funny.
Make Nate
Wow.
even
It's
more spooked.
Everybody keeps saying like, oh, why are these movies so stupid? People wouldn't do. No, people would do that. People die so quickly. Because like, if the thing is like, if Corona just had a little bit higher in terms of the mortality, people would, oh my God, they would decimate entire populations, dude.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
it's already
Mhm.
destroying people, but
But on the bright side, housing market will be better for people to buy.
Oh, dude, the bright side for me is the economy's crashing, but I get paid in USD, so I get a bit
Ooh.
more money now, you know. And the other thing is fuel is so cheap now. I don't understand why fuel is cheap, but fuel is cheap, and I
no,
love
like
it.
airplanes are using it, and like other people aren't traveling.
But like, wait,
So
isn't that incentive to make it more expensive then, though? Or is my economic sense
They have
wrong?
warehouses full of gasoline, oil, and all that stuff, and they just can't ship it out because they don't need it right now.
Oh, so it's just like, oh, this is gonna go off and stuff. Okay,
And
alright.
it's they're
Surplus.
overstocked, so they have to find space for it, and so they're like, we need more room. We have to sell this at a cheap price so we can get more, put the oil that we're mining now into the building, kind of thing.
It went under $1 in Australia. I was
They
like,
pay
oh,
you
wow.
money to get gas. Like, please, here's
Whoa.
$5. Go get gas. We have warehouses
wish.
full.
Well, in Saudi Arabia and like Arabian countries, they do it for free. Like you can get fuel for free. Like they just have so much.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, it's
Wow.
not. That's like, I love that. Not that I love Corona. I'm just saying, like, there's some weird positives.
What's it done to you, Maaz?
Look, honestly though, it hasn't changed my lifestyle. I sit in a room and I animate. You know, like what do you want from me?
Hi, man.
Yeah.
It's like
The biggest thing that's
I
changed for
can't-
me is like VidCon, pretty much.
Yeah. That's a hard
Yeah.
one.
It's like I think I was talking to Alyssa and she mentioned it was perfect. She gave a perfect analogy where it's just like it's not really a convention. It's like a family gathering that I can no longer attend, and I feel that, man. I can't see my family, you know.
It's real. Ugh.
It really is, and it's I kind of have a downer because the only VidCon I went to was London, and London was fun, but not like the family atmosphere that I wanted, you know.
Yeah, I hate that family. Ugh.
By the time this is gonna get released on the 1st, and no, wait, hold up, it's gonna get released on the 8th. Okay, whatever, I'll say it. VidCon may or may not do like an online version this year.
Huh.
Why
What's
does
just
yeah.
it take-
YouTube?
Why not just hanging out in your own Discord calls? Wait a minute.
It's actually VidCon's changing the name to video conference call. You know? No.
Oh my gosh.
No. But it's gonna do like a digital VidCon where they have like it's oh yeah, Rush, you're not wrong. It's very much similar to Discord, but they're doing it like a live stream kind of style thing, where you can access multiple rooms, and it's like another feature creator doing this thing and another feature creator doing this thing. I presume. I don't know. I don't know how much information I can give because I don't want to spoil too much, but I don't know how it'll go. I think it'll be good. I think if you guys are interested in listening to feature creators talk for a while.
Censor this whole minute. Just one big beep, please.
No, don't do that.
Wait, but that's just
And the only part you don't censor is just me being like racially insensitive. Yeah, so the N-word.
So purple.
The South will rise again. Beep.
Oh my god.
Maaz, you're Australian. You didn't get that reference.
No, I got it. I don't know why I know American history, but I know American history a little bit.
I know. I'm teasing you.
Maaz, you don't get it, but it was very funny.
Yeah. What's the South? I think the biggest bummer for me is that the last few movies I saw in the cinema were not great, and I kind of feel really sad about it.
Like the Emoji Movie? What do you mean?
I think the good movie that I saw, actually, I take it back. I ended up on a high note. I saw the My Hero movie, the new one.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, that was really good. But before that, I saw Sonic, which was like enjoyable but okay.
Ooh, on Valentine's
and
Day.
Before that, I saw I saw it because Australia had a late release rush, so that's why I kind of had to wait a little bit.
To me,
and then before that, I saw Star Wars Episode 9, which was garbage.
Awful.
Thank you.
Garbage. Hated that movie, dude. I've never like hated a movie. No, I've hated movies in the cinema, but like it was one of those movies where as I was watching it, I was yelling like, "This is so dumb."
I don't know. There are just some films that are just so ideologically heinous. If I can feel the studio like leaking through the screen, that's when we have a bit of an issue.
I think I think that's what Episode 9 was. It's like a script that could have worked had the studio not gone, "Oh, you can't do that. We need to sell more toys." It's like, okay. Has everybody watched Episode 9? Is that?
I don't feel like it.
I don't really want to spoil away.
I don't care.
No, I won't get too deep. But there's like a scene in which a certain character dies on an exploding exploding ship, and I was like, I honestly at that moment I was like, whoa, this is great, because they finally killed off a major character in a very unexpected way. I guess like from
that was
Star
great.
Wars, it was great until they immediately pressed Control Z the next minute when they're just like, "Oh, they were on an identical other ship," and I was like, "Oh, all right."
I guess we don't have consequences in our movie, guys.
That's lame.
Yeah, it was really lame, and yeah, I really had like that rise up. I was like, oh, "Is this a good movie?" And then Disney is like, "No, we're not." We're no good movie.
Maaz really likes it when main character bites the bullet. Maaz is a big fan of that.
I'm a big fan of consequence. That's why I like Game of Thrones a lot, except the last season, obviously.
Yeah. Oof.
And I think that's the big reason. So I think we were talking about this earlier with Demon Slayer. A lot of anime are at fault at this as well. But when they paint a series certain tone or certain no, of course, I won't spoil it at all. I'm just saying, like, when they paint a series to have a certain tone and then they're inconsistent with it, especially when it comes to the main characters or side characters not like staying alive, then I get a really big issue. I'm not saying people need to die all the time. I don't. Like, My Hero's fantastic, and no one dies in that show. You know what I mean? Like, let's be honest.
Yeah. Yeah.
But like, listen, Chris, I'm trying my best to be vague
I'm
here.
never.
But I'm just saying, like, when like a show like Star Wars, when it started, like the episode 7 started, it was like, somebody died in that movie, and I was like, oh, this is like a promise that this won't be like the previous episodes. And then it was exactly like the previous episodes, and it was really not good. And I was like, all right, we're gonna do that.
Stories
And
need to
same
have
with My Hero.
consequences.
I think My Hero is great. I really do. I think it's fantastic, and it's like at least a 4.5 out of 5. Or a 4 out of 5.
Wow. We stand.
But I think the biggest flaw is that it sacrifices. In lieu of feeling good, like, oh, we're very kumbaya, everyone's feeling really nice, it sacrifices consequence. It has no real consequence to a lot of the main characters. Like, honestly, have any of you, when watching My Hero, actually thought one of the classmates, like one of the class in 2A or 1A was in mortal danger? Because I'd argue no. I've never, ever, ever thought that they were gonna die or get in trouble or get hurt.
Yeah, it's true. It's hard with kids, right?
Die.
I don't want to
like,
spoil the newest season, and I know that character had something happen. I understand that, but that's like up there. But then you compare it against shows like Naruto and One Piece, which have severe consequences. Like, people die and hurt and have to live with constant repercussions,
and world is shaken up because of it.
Yeah, it's like constant world changing or character changing moments. Like, I guess spoiler for Naruto, but the Rock Lee fight in which he lost his entire ability to fight, that, man, to this day, it's one of the best moments of anime, because it's just like this character can only fight. Only thing he can do is martial arts, and then he loses it, and it's just like, great, great,
so good.
So much. I love him so much.
So, in order to raise the
upset.
stakes, in the voice chat podcast, I thought we would make a rule that only one of us survives this episode.
Huh?
So,
Can I volunteer myself to just go?
to die?
Oh, they just jumped out a window. Okay.
Look cool.
I'm sure there's like an existential philosophical joke you can make about Nate volunteering to die first.
No, Nate just fucking died. That's it. It's not deep or anything. He's just gone.
He did. He's dead.
Okay, can I take your ukulele so I can be part of Ukulele Squad, or?
Yeah, you can. Dude, I literally have 14 ukuleles in this room. I will send you
Thank you.
3.
Thank you, good sir. I am part of the squad now.
You're just gonna destroy the ukulele. Just like
that's exactly what I'm gonna do. I'll pee on it.
That's fine. We got 11 left.
So the My Hero movie was good, right?
It was amazing.
What movie?
Wait, which movie?
My Hero movie. It was amazing.
Oh, it was really good. I really liked it.
I didn't get to because of the theaters and then Corona, and I was like, wow, woo.
Well, the thing is, I if you want to watch it at home, you can rent it. I think for $15 or something.
Not bad. Not bad.
And it's out now for HD time.
But it takes place after this season right now, Laddi.
Yeah.
Oh, so we can't finish the season because the dub is still 2 episodes behind.
They're working from home. They have to work from home, Laddi.
No, Laddi, listen. It happens after this season, but it's actually completely watchable. Like, it actually does not matter. Not really. Kind of.
Okay.
Yeah. Don't worry.
I might want to wait anyway.
Yeah. Fake fan. We get it.
Yeah.
We know.
Okay, so somebody hacked into my Ring doorbell the other day, and it creeped me out because it used the speaker to talk to me, and it was like, open the door, I was thoroughly freaked out. I did not open the door, and I just ignored it.
Chris, that's terrifying, dude. That's not even like a funny haha. That is actually genuinely scary. What?
Kind of funny.
It's
No,
I'm
dude.
laughing a little bit.
No, dude, I'm so scared, man. If I live alone in a house. Like if I hear open the door, oh no. I've watched too many murder documentaries, man. I don't need that anymore.
Wait,
Did
so
you
the
get it
doorbell
fixed?
said that, or someone else said
The doorbell said that.
that?
Did you
Oh.
open the door?
Was it a robot?
Didn't they had flowers and everything? No, I didn't. I was too scared.
Did you how did you get it fixed? Like what the heck was that?
I just changed the password and hoped it would never happen again.
Oh,
They said 1, 2, 3. It's 1, 2, 3, 4 now.
Told.
It's like Craig's voice, like open the door. You know, it's just like really, really, really scary.
Oh, gee.
Hello.
Oh no, Rush, I hate that. I hate
It's me,
that.
Craig.
I'm coming in.
No.
I'm wearing headphones so I
time
can
has
feel
come.
that.
No. That's terrible. I don't like what you did there, Rush. Why do you do the voice so well? What the heck?
woogity. I'm coming for that
No. I take it back. I take it right back.
I gotta go lock my door real quick.
We can just do it from your phone now, right?
Oh man. Oh, what if it unlocks the door? I don't have one of those that opens the door for you, but if I did, I don't know.
That's so. Yeah,
Oh.
I'm never
Oh,
getting
that
a
would
smart
be
home.
so scary.
I'm never getting a smart home. I refuse. That's so not
He
what I
went
want
up
to
to
do.
He's trying to give you millions of dollars, and you just didn't answer that day.
I don't like that. I don't know. I wish Amazon would sponsor me one day. That would be really fun. As if they
Yeah.
need the sponsor, though. Let's be honest. Like they don't need it
Yeah.
anymore.
I think at this point,
Right.
Amazon ads are just like flexing at this point.
Yeah.
Wait. Audible is owned by Amazon.
Oh.
it is.
I
we
mean,
love
yeah.
Amazon.
Get Nate
Daddy
out of
Bezos.
here! Get out of here, Nate! How dare!
I've got Amazon Prime.
Well, actually, Chris, the person knocking on your door was Jeff Bezos. So there you go. You missed out on your chance, Chris. So.
Amazon, the smart choice for world domination.
Why is it that when Amazon, which is like a huge world domination, egocentric billionaire, corporate overlord, supports people in terms of integrations, that's okay. But then when Raid Shadow Legends does it, people get hate on it. Like, what is the actual mentality behind it?
Maybe because Raid's super long ads are super long.
I don't know what you're talking about. I love Raid Shadow Legends, and if you use the
Chris.
code Tanimayto, you could
Chris.
get a new champion.
That's not
named
true.
That's not real code. That's not real code.
I don't know.
No,
All
no,
these
I want you
YouTubers-
to. I want you to overlay Chris's code with my code. Okay, so there you go.
all these YouTubers
Oh,
are like,
no,
yeah, guys, you're gonna get like 10,000 silver coins, and I have like no point of comparison for how much that's worth. Like 10,000 could be like
Yeah.
10 cents.
Oh, it's so much.
It's interesting because I made the difficult decision to work with Raid on one of my my most recent video. Oh no! By the time this video is out, my second most recent video, and the decision came because I needed to build a team so I can upload videos when I kind of go into work in the hospital, right?
Mhm.
But the thing is, I obviously didn't want to. I didn't want to work with Raid personally because of just the reputation that they built, and I didn't feel that I can give a proper endorsement because I hadn't really tried it, right?
I'm so sorry. I'm sorry to interrupt everything because I was thinking about how somebody like was creeping on my Ring doorbell, and then somebody called out and said like "hello," and oh god, I got spooked. I'm sorry.
You might need to get rid of that
okay?
thing.
Yeah, I think you need to get rid of Ring doorbell, my man.
Yeah. Normal doorbells work, you know.
Yeah, just you know, ding dong, you know, instead of let me in and I'm going to murder you, you know, I'd rather.
Okay.
What was I even saying? I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought. Raid Shadow Legends.
They
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
sponsored.
Yeah. Okay, so I was building a team, and I was like, I need money to build a team because you know I'm not animation channels. Surprise, surprise! To everybody listening, we're not rolling in money. We upload once a month. We don't get that much.
I'm rolling in many of money.
That's Monopoly money, Laddi.
Oh,
Oh, you think there's a symbol in a hat next to you?
It does pretty money.
So I accepted the Raid Shadow Legends. They were offering a good amount, especially with the amount of people I was hiring, and I was like, okay, great. That's what it is. But I kind of have this lasting. I don't know what the word is. Guilt? Is guilt the right word? I just kind of feel like I sacrificed too much of my creative integrity, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But logically speaking, I don't make that much money on YouTube. A sponsorship is necessary to make money on YouTube. And accepting a sponsor that's giving money, there's nothing wrong with that. And it's not like they're like an illegal company. They're not, you know, loot boxes, and they're not like gambling.
Just like another company sponsoring you. Is
Yeah.
it just because it's Raid Shadow Legends that you feel like?
Yeah. Well, I
'cause of the
memed it a lot because I think I can meme pretty well. I don't know. And some of the comments were like, "Wow, that meme ad was really funny," but other comments were like, "I hate you because you're supporting a bad game," and I was like, okay, I'm sorry. You know?
I mean, getting the ire of gamers is hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think. Oh, are you done? I'm gonna go on my own thoughts.
Go for it. I actually genuinely want to hear what you guys think. Like, what is the balance of creative integrity and what you what you need to financially support yourself? You know.
Well, with something like Raid Shadow Legends, they've built such a reputation for themselves. I think it's important to give a lot of credit to your audience. They know that Raid Shadow Legends sucks. And if it is the difference between you hiring people and making a difference in these people's lives so that they can have a paycheck and you can, you know, push yourself further. And also, I did see the video and you did a stellar job implementing it without it being cringy or anything like that. I think that you made the right call, and I would have done the exact same thing that you would have done. I think what you did was like the morally right thing to do given the circumstances. But I get approached by like stock apps and stuff like that, or GPU mining programs and stuff like that. Just these really shady, spooky companies. And, you know, when it comes to stuff like that, where I know that a lot of my audience is under the age of 18, you really need to take into consideration how in the know your audience is. So if you know, you're able to slip something like Raid Shadow Legends past them for the easy paycheck, and it makes a world of difference. But like stocks or something like that, where it's a little risky and spooky, I think that's a different story. You know, so I think it just comes down to nuance and trusting your audience.
Yeah, I mean, it's a free game, so you know,
Yeah, it's like
what's the harm?
yeah.
In my code, Tanimayto, to
Stop.
Download Raid Shadow Legends today.
yeah, you're fine, Maaz.
I know. That's my existential crisis. Like, because one of the big things is that I kind of always feel bad about is that, you know, everyone in the animation community is great and they're all fantastic. And, you know, I look up to a lot of the people here, and I always kind of feel like, I feel like I haven't really built my own identity. I guess it's like because I collaborate a lot with other creators, I feel like people know me as the guy who knows other people, not so much Maaz, the Maaz boy, Maaz, you know? And so because of that, I always have this guilt of doing this kind of stuff because it's just like, I'm like selling out when I don't have much to sell out, you know, and I'm not maintaining my integrity. And my identity is already weak enough. So I don't know. It just kind of doesn't work for me, I think.
Well, as an outsider looking in, on your
Well,
channel.
you're my lover, Nate. You can't you can't say it. You know?
Are we building this square now out of this love triangle?
It's unstable. It's unstable. No, no more.
Laddi, get out of
Okay,
here.
fine.
We're trying to have a
Bye,
nice.
guys. I gotta step out of the room.
We need to get an octagon shape going on. Get Craig in here too.
Get
I-
Craig in here.
I think I think you do have your own identity, Maaz. I think your past few videos especially have just really knocked it out of the park. And I think that you are starting to really rise. I think you're going to see a lot of success over these next few months. And I think, you know, you're being a little self-critical and you don't need to be. Although you're looking at your content from a totally different perspective. I'm looking at it as a consumer, and I don't get that impression in the slightest. So I think your time might be better spent, you know, thinking about other things like how great you are.
I agree.
Oh,
Yeah. Mwah.
damn, look at this little love going on here. Okay.
Nah, I hate
And
you.
as you're saying this, I'm just like drawing this little this little triangular.
Craig is the bridge to us all.
Is the bridge?
No.
That's hot.
Let me in.
God, I love Craig.
I'm just excited. YouTube's fun. Again, a lot of fun again actually. And I like TikTok was a good burnout cure, I think, for me. I needed to be on TikTok for a while. And then now that I've done a lot there, I was like, you know what? I would now have creative juices again. And I'm kind of working on a few projects. It's good times.
Is there such thing as TikTok burnout yet? Do you see people who are like, I can't do this career. It's too much.
Yeah. A few of my friends have it, but it's just like without being overly rude or critical, TikTok is not a platform in which you can support yourself in the long term, you know, not really. And I know people are going to be like, "Well, YouTube is much better." Yeah, YouTube is much better.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to be honest. Yeah, it is. It's got so many revenue options, whereas TikTok only has live streams currently and then brand deals. And even that's not that lucrative yet. So, no, yeah, if you can't diversify your portfolio on TikTok, then, you know, who cares? Just don't post on TikTok.
Yeah.
Oh,
I know. Harsh words
real.
from a TikTok star myself, you know?
well, that's
Yeah. If
fine.
you're not as good as me, just don't even try.
Yeah, guys. If you can't make YouTube videos, why are you even bothering, dude? Come on. Friggin' idiot, okay?
I'm not allowed to give away too many details, but I was just signed to a record label, a pretty good, amazing, wonderful record label. And one of their artists
Ooh.
just blew up on TikTok. I'm talking like
Oh, who's
millions and
their-
millions.
Can you type the name and no mic so that I know the artist at least?
Yeah. It's another one of those indie. Let me see here. I'm typing it
Wow.
so that the audience can't see.
Ooh.
Oh.
Yeah,
It's okay.
he's
We can bleep out. We can bleep it out even if you had
Yeah,
said
these
it
guys
out
are great.
loud.
but basically, wait. I typed the wrong thing. It's signed to the record label. There we go. Basically, we got
Leakin Park.
basically they blew up on TikTok, and the record label's like, "Oh my god, TikTok's wonderful! Oh my god, get on top of this right now!" And so they've been really pushing me to hop into TikTok, and I'd love to do it, especially because music is becoming a big part of my identity. Especially this year, it will be huge. But I just have no clue how to do TikTok in the slightest. It's a whole new landscape, and all of my impressions from TikTok are either from you, Maaz, or Curtis Connor. That's it.
Yeah. Maaz, can you do
Sama-
a seminar for old people that don't know what this newfangled musically thing is?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
TikTok with my mom yesterday, and that was weird. She was like, "What's TikTok?" And I was like,
Oh no.
Well.
Don't do it,
It-
mother. No.
The thing that
I heard
kind of-
about it on the Today Show.
what differentiates TikTok and
Yeah.
Vine is that Vine is like Vine had the it's like Vine was similar to Tumblr in which it had a very unified sense of humor. Everybody on Vine had a similar sense of humor to like the chaos of it. And that's why if you watch a Vine compilation, it's still very uniform in how it makes you laugh. Whereas TikTok is genuinely a platform. There's so much types of content. If you're into pets and wholesome content, you'll find only pets and wholesome content. If you're into very abstract memes with chaos, you'll find that as well, you know? And that's me. I like it. It's all about like diversifying how you are in real life. If you're very kind of chaotic and then you make chaotic content, it'll just be a natural extension of yourself, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like make whatever content that you think would fit with your audio. Audios on TikTok that tend to do well are ones that are like generalizable and applicable to multiple scenarios so that people can make skits out of it. That's like that goes crazy good, you know?
Yeah. As a songwriter, there's this really cynical part of you sometimes, a part of me that's like, man, wouldn't it be cool to make a song that would go viral on TikTok? And so you need to get yourself in a
people do that
totally
already. People absolutely do
totally
that already.
separate, different, weird mindset of, you know, you need to think about singular moments and how they could be reinterpreted by different people. It's so freaking weird, and it's so out of the blue, and I've never done anything like it. And I love TikTok for that, but my God, I hate it.
Do you know who Baby No Money is or Young Gravy?
I wish I
Gravy.
did. That sounds wonderful.
Yeah, so Baby No Money and Young Gravy are like very up and coming hip hop artists who blew up on TikTok. And they're and with a producer Y2K, and the three of them have been like going really, really super crazy viral. And I love their stuff, I really do. And some of their songs, they're so cheeky and they're so chaotic about it as well. Like the song, there's a song in which it had a very kind of muted kind of beat, you know, that was running through, very boppy, and then it goes silent a little bit, and then it's just like, man, I'd be pissed if this blew up on TikTok, and then the beat really kicks in right after that, right?
Yeah.
And that went viral on TikTok because that's just how it is, you know. And so I get you. People already start making videos and music videos with TikTok in mind. I think even Drake, his song Tuesday Slide, he actually consulted with TikTok dancers to make the dance move. So, you know. Yeah.
That's a little slimy when folks like Drake get in on it.
Yeah, I know. I get you. And the dance isn't even that good because he couldn't even do it, you know, so whatever.
I mean, I guess I was going to make a pedophilia joke with Drake and
No,
TikTok,
oh,
but-
dang it. Millie Brown, where you at, though?
He probably has like a timer in his phone, just 5 more years, 5 more years.
Oh, jeez.
That's a good one.
Got a countdown.
Rush
in his phone.
approves.
Oh. Let's all do the In My Feelings challenge.
James, is that you? That's really
Uh,
funny.
That's a 2018 joke.
Woohoo! 2018 was a good year. I miss 2018.
I miss
I
any
really
year
do.
that it wasn't 2020, you know?
Yeah.
2018
Yeah,
it was the best.
Got him.
Damn. And all right, and with that amazing Drake joke that from Nate over here, we're gonna conclude the Voice Chat podcast.
Yeah.
I just like to end it off by saying thanks again to the patrons. Y'all are you're très bien, you know. And I also
Yeah.
want to give a triple kiss to Nate and Chris for coming
Oh my
in
God.
to
Thank you
join
for
this
having
triangle that we made here, you know.
Guys.
I can't tell you guys enough how like nice it is to talk to you all, and I don't talk to Nate enough, so this is the perfect opportunity to
I know.
get
him.
some good one-on-one time. I mean, you know, you guys were there too, but yeah,
Triangle time.
Wow,
This was like a date, and you guys were just
I feel-
interlopers the whole
I
time.
feel used.
Yeah. We're the third wheels.
I feel so used right now, Chris. Dang.
Mm,
Yeah.
but
And here I thought
you're
we
all
had a
amazing.
connection. but
Yeah.
We
guess
do have
not.
a connection. It's
No,
2020.
no,
We
no.
can do whoever
Please.
we want.
Stay.
Yeah.
Stay.
We're sticking around.
I'm just gonna
Maz
leave
needs to
then.
wrap up the
Oh.
episode. Poor guy.
Laddie just leave. All right.
Poor laddie.
Oh, good. All right. We'll end it off here. Thanks again for coming on. Later, everybody.
Love you. Thank you.
Bye.
And logging off now.